man who murdered George Floyd, he had 17 other complaints against him, including wrongful death charges. For all we know, and thanks to qualified immunity, we don't know, for all we know, he may have murdered other people. Right. And when the Minneapolis Police Department looked at Derek Chauvin, they made the same cost-benefit analysis that police departments and government agencies around the country make when they look at the bad apples in their bunch. They looked at him and said, this cop is terrible, he needs to go, but we aren't going to be able to get rid of him. It will cost us a fortune fighting the police unions, and we can just keep him on the force. He's not costing us anything because of qualified immunity. We can't get sued, and he can't get sued, so we'll just keep him on the force. He'll eventually go so far that we can just throw him in jail, and then he'll be off the force.
So then what's your idea about combating the police unions then? Obviously, they're going to have a large say in how you sway the judgment of the police departments and how you demilitarize them or how you ever go about them. How do you plan on combating whatever kind of backlash that you may face from those unions?
That the beauty of ending qualified immunity is that it also works on them too, because they don't want to get sued either. You put the power back in the hands of the people, and now when a Derek Chauvin shows up and is abusing people and infringing upon their rights, now not only does the police department want to get rid of him as quickly as possible because he is going to potentially cost them money in lawsuits, the police unions, who also don't want to get sued, are also pushing to get rid of them. There's plenty of problem with police unions. I'm not saying that, but specifically on this issue, ending qualified immunity fixes all of that.
So this is Mr. Earl Lewis here. He's a family spokesperson for William Chapman. William Chapman was killed by the police in Portsmouth, Virginia in 2015. He was actually able to, he's also a veteran, he was actually able to get a conviction out of that officer, which you probably haven't heard about, which is one of the reasons why we existed. So we, like I said, he fought it all up to the Supreme Court. He got 2.5 years. His name was Stephen Rankin. But that officer actually did kill somebody prior to. And I'll let him speak his piece on that. Yeah. But if we could, like I said, get something like this to be a blueprint of how to get justice with all these other unjustified cases of police brutality.
Normally, what happened with this video? He killed somebody in 2011. Okay. Crazy. He killed him April the 23rd. He shot him 11 times. Now, he was from another country, so he shot him, right? Guys like my comrade here that was over in Afghanistan, okay, that country, right, shut up that zone, so they couldn't even fly across the country. Okay. But yet and still, he went all the way up to the state police, and went all the way up to Hillary Clinton, right? This was an international situation. They sit him down for about 3 years. He sit down at the desk, okay, everybody said he was all right. April the 22nd, 2015, he killed my cousin. He shot him in the head, he shot him in the heart. Now, that being said, okay, as a veteran, willing to die for my country for 13 years, infantry, how you think that made me feel? Now, with that being said, being a firefighter, EMT, for 20 more years, how you think that made me feel? See, when people try to blame it on Black Lives Matter or that's just one incident, no, sir, it's not. It's real until society realizes. But see, because they let that policeman, right, sit down at a desk and paid him leave, and he put his hand out like this, well, I'm just gonna get a medal, right? I'm gonna get administrative leave.
Job, yeah.
Right, and that's what it was. So you have to basically, go at it heads on. Yep. And people like myself, I've been traveling around the country, talking to mothers. And when you're in the room with 20 mothers who's crying at the same time, it's the reality check. So these are my friends, literally, because I started by myself. And as a veteran, guess what? I believe in the Second Amendment. Okay? Now, also being an African American male, I believe in Black Lives Matter. Because when nobody else listened to me, this man right here listened to me. See, and that's the difference. And at the end of the day, especially as a veteran, should I basically, if I can go to war, okay, and die for my country, how can I come back to America and say you can kill my cousin? I shoot him in the head and shoot him in the heart and handcuff him at the same time. Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying, the deadly force. It's real. It's so real. I've been fighting this since 2015. And that's why I stand with these guys on that, because ain't nobody else gonna show up. Everybody's gonna stay home and eat chicken. I know. It is real. Okay? That's why I'm out here. Since 2015, I've been here.
Thank you for being out here and doing this for 5 years. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your first name.
Earl Lewis.
Earl. And
Jr.
And it was William as your
William
cousin.
Chapman. If you look at William Chapman, back in Portsmouth, Virginia, you will be surprised.
And that was in Virginia?
Yes, it was Virginia.
Of course, those cases that goes without notice. Like I said, he's one of the reasons we started 4 years ago. India Kager, who was killed by Virginia Beach SWAT team. They were executing a warrant on her boyfriend, and her child was in the back seat. So she was also a veteran and was killed. Matthew Russian, he's in jail right now for autistic black male. 10 years on a 50-year sentence on a non-fatal car accident. And like I said, this is all 757. Like right now we're in 804, but this is just issues that we right. And like I said, there's some stuff that doesn't catch the national because sometimes people just don't stand up around here like that. But we just we appreciate you coming out here. Like I said, letting us at least share our stories, and we were putting hope in you. It's like we're hoping for a better tomorrow.
Thank you, and I appreciate you bringing me out here, and Earl, I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate what all y'all are doing. I mean, you've been fighting this fight for 5 years now, and it's something that straight 5 years,
straight fight from East Coast to East Coast. Yep. You know, because I realized that something was wrong. I was just basically going back doing my own thing.
Yep.
But my family, being an alpha male, I took over my family. I took over my neighborhood and my